Hey everyone, and welcome to Patch of the Week at Korg. We're here with the prologue. This is the prologue 8 with 8 voices and 49 keys, and today we're going to be doing a sound based on the movie Drive. Now, the Korg prologue has the unique ability to do splits and layers, which none of the other Korg analog synths have. So for this sound, we're going to use that feature to make a bass and lead split. Let's start by creating our bass. We have a gated saw wave to start out, and we want to bring the filter cutoff down a little bit. We also want to bring the envelope generator intensity up, and let's put our release about here on both envelopes so we get a little bit of trail off. Let's turn our sustain all the way down on the envelope generator and about a third of the way up on the amp envelope. And then let's turn our decay to about a third on both envelopes. Make sure our resonance is turned all the way down. And we kind of have the shape that we're looking for. We can bring the filter cutoff down and mess around with the envelope generator intensity to shape our sound further. But before we do that, let's bring in our second VCO. Now we have two VCOs going in unison, but I want to detune the second VCO a little bit to get some of that nice analog sound. And let's drop the octave on both of those VCOs. Cool. Now we can overdrive that by using the drive switch. And since we're making a sound from the movie Drive, of course we have to have the drive switch enabled. And that really gives a little bite to our filter. So let's play around with the cutoff and see if we can't get a bass line that sounds like that. And let's go into our mod engine and turn on chorus. And let's turn the speed pretty low and bring the depth up to the middle. And now we want a little bit more release on the amp envelope and the envelope generator. So that's really starting to sound like what we'd like. So let's go into edit mode and go to program edit, and we have all of our timbre settings. And we want to go to sub timbre and turn that on. And then edit timbre, sub, and swap our main and sub position because we are creating the main. And we also want to change our timbre type to split. And now if I exit out of that, I'll have the bass in the left hand and my lead in the right hand. But that's just a gated saw wave because we're taking an init sound on this side. So let's bring in a second saw wave. Drop the octave on both. And bring the cutoff way down. And bring in some attack on both envelopes and some release. That's a little too long. Let's bring that down a little bit. Now we're really starting to get there, but let's bring in a little bit of envelope generator intensity. And now let's bring in some delay. And one important thing to note, in program edit, we can control whether the delay reverb engine is on both sounds, both timbres, or just one. So let's do that. Mod effect main and sub, and also delay reverb main and sub. We don't mind having chorus on both sounds, but let's turn delay reverb only for the sub timbre. Now let's turn our delay engine on, bring our time down a little bit because we want a bit of a slower delay, and bring our depth up slowly. Now Now the last thing that we want to do is add some arpeggiator, but just to the bass. So we're going to go into edit mode and find our other settings, arpeggiator main and sub, change that just to main. And when I turn that on, it'll be pretty fast. So let's tap a slower tempo. We could even go a little slower than that.